Hello, good morning, everyone. This is the Abundance Oracle. Please subscribe if you can. Today, we're going to talk about some reports that came out and the spin that is going on the reports versus what you should be thinking. So, this is from the Conservative Treehouse, which I'm sure most of you already know about. The Bureau of Economic Analysis reports just came out. It's a hindsight report, which means it's from the first quarter. It's things that already happened, a couple months ago. And it gets reported in the month after the quarter's complete. So they're reporting it in April, at the end of April, and this was for January, February, March. Okay, I got to put my glasses on to make sure I don't miss any information. Okay, so the first quarter, merchants knew there were tariffs going to be coming. So they over-ordered the first quarter, so much so that China had a 50% surge. So our merchants, bless them, knew what was coming. So they took and bought, not just for the first quarter, but they also bought for the second quarter. They stockpiled, basically. Also called front-end loading, just so y'all know if you ever read any other reports. Okay, so starting in April, May, June, what's going to happen now is orders are going to drop back a lot. And because of the purchasing done all in the first quarter, the popular but not so honest or not on unbiased reporting, let's just say it like that, they're going to say that the big increase in the first quarter was left over from Joe Biden. And when the second quarter, which is going to be April, May, June, comes around, and there will be a decrease for two reasons. One is that the shipping issue, and two, the merchants have already over-purchased in the first quarter, but they're going to say, oh my gosh, Trump's tariffs are just going on, and right now, look what he's doing. It's crashing the purchasing of things, and they'll really push that narrative. So what I'm going to tell you is there's not going to be a lot of empty shelves. There may be products in the back and in storage and things like that, so they may spread it out as they put things out on the floor. So they're gonna they're gonna try and make it sound like Trump's crashing the economy, which is not accurate. Okay, let's see if I have notes for you. Okay, so what I'm going to tell you is I was in Nevada for 4 days. And on the airplane, I sat next to people that weren't. One side was well informed, and one side was not informed at all of me. I sat in the middle. So it was interesting because the side that was not informed called it a show. Now, what's happening now? And I said, oh, okay, what are you referring to? And they're saying, oh, well, it's just the economy's doing so poorly and but. And I said, oh, where are you getting your information from? And she said, CNN. I said, oh. I said, is there any other place or is it just CNN? And she said, well, MSNBC. I said, okay. I said, I think we should probably discontinue speaking because it seems like you're upset with me already because I have a little different point of view. And it's better for us not to get in a disagreement. She was getting like all heated and really trying to push her narrative. It was very interesting. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. That's interesting that they said that. So it is just it's going to hit these people hard, the people that are still uninformed or just listening to mainstream media. It's going to hit them very hard once the reality sets in. So by the end of the second quarter, which will be July, August, September, the reports by the end are going to start coming through about the money we're making on the tariffs. And so far, it's going to be good to very good, and that'll help a lot. But the mainstream media won't be saying that. They will probably delay reporting the second quarter results because it will show that their narrative was not accurate, that all the shelves and all the retailers aren't empty and people are still getting what they want, albeit sometimes at too hefty a price. But Walmart really overbought. So this narrative about empty shelves at Walmart, unless Walmart is actively withholding supplies, the only thing that would be at issue is maybe dairy and things locally. And I know the chicken is, the last administration culled a lot of chickens, and they're messing around with the chicken supply because that's what most people go to when the times are challenging, supposedly costing less. And remember, China controls the largest pork supply in the United States, Smithfield. So somehow, if that starts to be an issue, I'm sure that steps will be taken to make sure it's not exported. So that'll be another little battle. Anyhow, so I just wanted to let you know that you should not panic. And if you need to fill in some of the gaps that you're working on for your organization, for your family and everything, please continue to do so. Things to clean with, and paper supplies, plastic supplies also. So I always look from the girl's point of view, but if you rely on Ziploc bags, I do know that one of the issues in the family, we have someone that owns a container packing company, and they said that the plastic that the grocery stores use is going to be harder to get. So there might be a little bump in the road, not necessarily with the supply, but the packing of the material to get it out. And also, when you go to, or I should say go to a Chinese food store and you get the plastic containers, they're black on the bottom and clear on the top, or mine actually now have converted over, so they must know that the plastic is going to be an issue, to sort of, I'm going to say cardboard-ish. Remember McDonald's, I think at one point had like cardboard and converted to more, well, I think their fries are still in paper type of thing, but the plastic is mostly gone. So people are converting already and buying U.S. goods. So things are working. Don't panic, but be organized and make sure you have what you're going to need for the next 3-6 months. I'm sure, given the previous medical crisis we had, a lot of people ran out of toilet paper. So the toilet paper and the paper towels, just make sure you have a little extra supply on hand. So when you run out, if you happen to go to the store, one store may not have it, but you might not have time to go to 2 stores or whatever. So just be organized. It's always better to be organized, no matter what you do, especially for working women. You don't have a lot of spare time. Okay, I love you all. Please stay well. Comment below if you've seen anything different than what I'm reporting, and we'll go from there. Love you, and I'll do a couple more reports about some other financial stuff. Hopefully today. I need to catch up. Okay, love you all. Please subscribe if you can. Thank you. Bye-bye.